Great little spot. It's our last hotel here, and we're gonna hit the road. We're gonna head further south along the coast, and then inland. We're not sure how much ground we're gonna cover today. We got a late start. Breakfast was good, and we're rusty at the packing up after just 3 days.
Let's go.
This place looks like a lot of fun.
We hit the road again, continuing along the coast. It was great to spend a few days in one spot and a total treat to meet up with some friends from home. Hanging out at the beach and soaking in the sun is something I love and a great way to relax. Getting some much needed work on the bikes was awesome too. They were ready to go like us, and we were keen to move on. We stopped a few times to take in the views of the Pacific, unsure of exactly when we will see it again.
By now, you may have noticed we have perfected the use of topos, aka speed bumps, as passing opportunities. The basic premise of filtering traffic is to avoid being rear-ended. The other safety benefit of always moving forward keeps unwanted interest from taking hold.
As we turned inland, we got hit by some serious wind. The topography of this area channels the air from the Gulf to the Pacific, resulting in consistent high winds. We passed multiple wind farms and the occasional roadside brush fire.
Well guys, you might not hear this super well because it's pretty windy, but we've had to do up our jackets because it's cold. I had a whole 24 degrees. We're in the mountains, baby, and it looks like there's some sort of weather going on over there, so we'll see what that brings. Woohoo!
Where we are currently, I don't even know where, in a little town, actually a huge city, and I've never even heard of it before, and I can't even pronounce the name. But I just wanted to again tell everyone we're missing them, and we appreciate all the comments, all the interaction, and all the private messages. I have some amazing friends, and we love you very much, and know that we're thinking of you, even though we're really far away. We know at home you guys have had it really rough.
Good evening, guys. Another great day on the road.
November 30th.
Totally. We covered 460K today and are in the city of Tuxtla, Gutierrez, which is pretty big.
And up until today, I didn't know it existed.
Me neither.
But it's very close to another city, which we're going to tomorrow, which I've been keen to see for a very long time.
We found this camp spot on iOverlander, but I was kind of skeptical as it's a campground in the middle of town at a hotel. So there's a little patch of grass you could pitch a tent on if you want. It would be better if you were like in a vehicle.
Yeah, it's 10 by 10 piece of grass right next to a major roadway in downtown. And you can probably just, if you could sleep to the quartet of horns honking, you would, and the fact that you're like right next to the gutter, not my cup of tea.
So
you opted in a room.
So, pretty cheap. Yeah, it was mixed weather.
Well, this morning it was 37 degrees Celsius. And just before we arrived here, it was 17 degrees Celsius.
So that's a pretty big jump.
Yeah, we had to do up some vents, and it was chilly.
Yeah, for sure.
Anyway, safe and sound, feeling good.
Good to be back on the road.
And yeah, snack. And now we need to find dinner. Let's go get some food. Greetings from the Mexican camp. We're in the hills now, and we actually have to wear clothes because it's cold. And we're going to snap with some really cool food. This is Steph's pick.
Portobello mushrooms. We've got a little red fruit margarita. Alright, now we have filled roasted peppers, a big chunk of meat, and some potatoes, tortillas, tortilla chips, and some hungry people.
Pretty good way to start a day is to make a new friend. And he's going for a swim, and he's 80.
You never know who you're going to meet on the road or what impact they'll have. We really enjoyed this chance meeting with Ralph. He came to greet us in the parking lot of the hotel as we were loading up to leave. He was kind and excited to know about why we were in Mexico. He continues to follow along and give us advice. He messages us daily on WhatsApp.
After a quick stop at the Yamaha shop for chain lube, we try and escape Tuxtla. Some of the challenges were the construction and the highway upgrades not shown on my older GPS. These were no match for us or our adventure bikes.
Is known for their high consumption of sugary drinks, often easier to find and cheaper than drinking water. This state leads the world with their average daily consumption of Coca-Cola at 2.2 liters per day.
Quick little stop to check out the view in these mountain towns. They grow a lot of, I'm not sure what they're called in English, chayote. It's kind of like a potato, but obviously not because it grows on a vine. And very twisty, windy roads. Checking out the view on this little mountain lake town. Look at this. Pretty big village here.
In this episode, we left the Huatulco region and continue our journey south. Leaving the Pacific and climbing up into the mountains, we rode lots more twisty roads. The next morning, we leave Tuxtla and ride 90 kilometers to San Cristobal de las Casas.
heading out to explore San Cristobal.
Todd, look at these boots. We found your store.
I don't think any of them are fancy enough though.
Good afternoon, guys. We've made it to San Cristobal, old heritage town. So we're gonna walk around. We're just in town getting some lunch first because we haven't eaten anything today. It was a short jaunt through the mountains, completely beautiful.
2.5 hours of riding through the most beautiful pavement and twisty roads. It was really, really cool. Really enjoyed it.
Really beautiful.
Great way to fast.
Got a jug of, well, a big jug of horchata, which is a type of rice drink, water, which is really yummy. And some food coming. And
I'm already really enjoying the vibe.
hopefully.
I'm glad because I picked it. And if it was another loser, I would.
All right, we'll grab some grub and then take a tour of town. Tacos, because tacos. Cheese fingers and chicken fajitas.
I promise I'll eat something different than
Go up and then down. We are checking out the Amber Museum. I guess the Chiapas has the third most popular amber mine, which is fossilized sap. So many mariachi CDs. We got drawn in here because of the music playing.
The farther I get from home, the more things I see that remind me of home and my friends. And this one's for you, Grant Hopkins. You found a really awesome, authentic Mexican place, and you should be here, but because you're not, I'm gonna have the chicken with mole sauce. See you soon.